Today's project, 2003 Honda CR-V. Towed behind an RV, so not as many miles as it says on the odometer. It's kind of nice green. First, let's pressure wash the dirt off. Sure is warm out today. You know, I can clean my air filter while I'm out here. Why should I pay for a new air filter? There, good as new. Rolling it into the garage, and with that, the customer states,
there's nothing wrong with this. The angel numbers say my car is fine. That ain't cold.
So it just keeps doing that indefinitely?
Yeah, it doesn't shift unless you let it hover 29 and then upshift and downshift from there. Fuck HOAs.
Alright, we got our test drive done, and upon initial inspection, the front pads are out, the rear pads are out. The vehicle is stuck in limp mode. The customer's dog ate the shift lever. Okay, honestly, that's a new one. Rear trunk shock needs replacing. Passenger mirror was met by a concrete pillar in a parking garage, and so was the entire driver's side and passenger side. Washer filler dissolved. There's a random clunky noise coming from the front somewhere. There is no battery holder. Rear passenger brake is squeaking, and the power steering is leaking from somewhere. Lastly, it needs an oil change. Some junkyard parts to help us out.
You ever get sick of that used car you bought having a battery that just rattles around? A couple dollars and a junkyard trip later. And just like that, finishing up, the battery is now stable.
Now that the easy stuff is out of the way, the real fun begins. And off it comes. That one fought a little bit. And slide onto the car in case the jack stands fail. Well, I think I found the source of the clunking noise. Looks like the control arm bushing is dead. What is this? Well, I found the other end. Let's get this plug fixed. Bam, junkyard sensor. Get all this grease off first. So we just cut them to make them even, and now I need to strip this side, as awkward as it is trying to do this inside the engine bay. Because remember, these are going to be bare, so if you wrap them all together, they're going to be touching. So we have to do it individually and together at the end.
Yeah.
This is how one of those online mechanic shops showed me how to connect them before soldering, so you get an actual like solid connection.
That's how I learned to do wire splicing as well. What not to do when you're splicing wires.
I forgot to put the thing back on. All right, now that we have the little sleeve on, we do our little 90-degree bend. Hook them through. I should have hooked them through. Loop, and then twist in opposite directions.
And that way we get a solid joint.
All right, 3 ugly solder joints done. Now we'll just melt our little shrink wrap onto them.
Turn in your codes or check engine light. We're gonna unplug our cable to remove power from the car. Car's no longer has power. So now that the car's been zeroed out for the ECU, we just reconnect this. The codes will be gone. And we can check if we still have work to do.
Why does your battery not have a holder?
And now we still have an oil light for an oil change, but our check engine's gone.
And with that plugged in, we have verified that the check engine light is off, and this fix is now good to go. Next up, the brakes. Front pads aren't completely gone, but they are pretty low, so it's good that we're changing these out. Yeah. And you're just gonna slide it out because they have a lip, so you can't pull the pads out normally. There's a lot of rust in there. And the bolts come out, and then this thing slides right off. And if you need to know how to do this with all the details, you can check out my video on how to change your brakes. Wow, look at that. Yeah, not much pad left, and that one's not straight. And you compress the piston back in. Well, the piston's hollow, and it's really annoying to get it centered through the middle, so I just put the block of wood so I can actually get it to be flat against it without trying to go all the way through the center of the piston. You can see it's open. Oh, okay, go this way. Tell you what, these are way less annoying when you have the brakes taken apart. Alright.
Don't forget to install your clips.
Look at that. Nice and easy. Goes like that. There. Take that one. Did you just touch it with your greasy fingers? You see that?
I'll lick it. Don't forget the clips.
You're right. You got me. I forgot. Tiny holes. These are just little springy things that helps it separate when you take your foot off the brake pedal, so it's kind of useful to have them on there. But whoever did this before us didn't put them on there. Oops. No, my light. Once again, slides on with a little effort. Makes this a lot easier. All right, now that the front brakes are done, while the wheel is off, let's try and change this bushing out. Pulling the bolt out of the control arm, we can see if we can swing it out to remove this bad bushing. Oh. All right, that wasn't that bad. It feels pretty, oh no, it's coming loose, okay.
rent a tool from your local auto parts store.
What?
This is a spring compressor. Strut spring compressor.
We'll see if we can actually fit this in here.
We will compress that spring to make our life easier.
How's this thing supposed to fit in here? This is supposed to just slide into the spring, and then you tighten it and it compresses. But you kind of need room for it to do that.
Almost like you should have a 6-inch body lift to make compressing your springs easier.
All right, new plan. We will compress the spring first, and then put the little holders on. All right, now we got our things on, so we can hopefully drop the jack, and it will take the tension off of the spring. All right, that's not working. In the meantime, let's get this done. Damn, that's a really long screw. Like that. Easy enough. Now the rear brakes.
1 ugga nugga, 2 ugga nugga, 3 ugga nugga.
Yep, you can see these ones are at their end of life too. Just barely clearance.
What are you doing now?
Taking off the same bolts as before.
Put on the rear.
Yeah. How did my gloves come off? Yeah, barely any in there. Once again, compress the piston back in. As awkward as this is. Now this one actually isn't resisting as much. Stick that in there. There's like nothing holding that on. Weird. Oh, that's what the little springy thing is for. No, it's backwards. Goes that way. Locks in place. And ready to go. So slide it down. Hopefully this goes on easily. Like that. Yeah. Carefully put this in to not knock those things off. And this thing slides in. Found the source of the squealing. The little indicator tab saying that it's low.
Those tabs grind when your pads get low. It's like a chirp for a smoke detector.
And it's loose, so that doesn't help. Oh, there we go. Continuously bring it down. And that's all we can do for tonight, so let's get the AC and everything else tomorrow. So with the wheel off, we can definitely reach the oil filter easier, which is just up here through this hole. Let's hope they didn't tighten it down too much. That is hot. All right, this one fits. Just had to get the one that bends the other direction. There. And now it is loose. We will very dangerously unscrew this. Pull that back so it'll not drip. Quickly. Ooh. I knew that was gonna happen.
You can get oil in my car.
Oh, it's hot. Oh man. Alright, so just very casually steal some of this. Okay, so just pop this bolt off. Okay, let's see if I can get it without it. I win. Rest of this oil residue off here. And then we are good. Do this without dripping the leftover.
So you ever get tired when your dog eats your shift knob?
Okay, so our new shift lever has wires that plug into the very end, and after some trial and error, we figured out that you can just stick a screwdriver in here. And then it just pops out. Okay, easy peasy.
Easiest fix on the car.
All of this just for a wire extension. Now it's time for this mirror. Okay, that wasn't too too hard. I mean, they said you just trace your hands around the edges. All right. You. Finally pull this thing out. Okay, mirror comes off. See that through.
Real Hollywood.
Okay, let's test it to make sure. I mean, it looks like it's working.
Yeah, no, it's working.
Now for the dreaded bushings. There we go. At least this one cooperated. Since it was spinning, now I gotta stick vice grips in there to kind of hold it steady. There we go.
Pull WD-40 in there.
Yeah, look at all that rust. The bolt's like red hot.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look how it flickers the lights. All right. It's stuck. Who was driving this? I don't even know what size this is. Yeah, that is 19. Okay, that fits. Let's get this one off. Make sure I'm doing this the right way. So if that's down, unscrewing is towards me. You know what? That actually didn't take much effort.
It's so rusty, you would think it would be worse.
Yes, and I'm glad that it isn't. Just gotta wiggle it out. Ah, there we go. There's all this stuff falling off this one.
It's a lot of grease.
Okay. Round two. Let's hope this one's loose as well. Oh, yep, that one came right off.
It's all the grease.
Yeah. See if I can do this one by hand because of how easy it is.
Not a bit of rust on that bolt.
I don't know how well this will work because there's a little gap on it already, but... now we can actually pull it out. There, finally. See, the funny thing is, that's supposed to be one piece. Like the new one. Yeah, this one has like no resistance, probably because of all the oil that was on it. And again, with the bolt covered in mud. Very slowly. Last one. Out it comes. Nor two. Very greasy. Okay.
Wow, look at all the grease and mud. Certainly more than a penny, right?
I just gotta pull on it. This can go off to the side, and we have access to the ball joint. This is where this part comes in. Press it the rest of the way.
So after this wasn't working initially, we let it sit with some WD-40. Yikes.
And I'm just trying to... This is not working. We're gonna have to pull the knuckle. I think if you wiggle it a little, yeah. There we go.
Damn.
Okay, we got the knuckle off. Now we can actually use the impact. Where's the plug? Ah, yeah.
Nice.
Now that that's set up, now we move on to number 2. Wouldn't it be funny if I pressed this in backwards? Yeah, I took it out of the freezer so it'll fit easier since it shrinks slightly when it's cold.
It's easier to press fit it on and take less force.
Yeah, so let's hurry up and get this on before we mess it up.
So for this stack, we have these tools right here stacked in a way to not damage the boot underneath. You learned a lesson the hard way a minute ago.
I mean, that looks like it's installed.
No, but it doesn't look super pretty either. Yep.
I'm trying to adjust it. That's perfect. We just need to wipe all the grease off.
The boot is undamaged. And the fitting is pressed all the way flush in here.
There. Alright, just leave it there.
The other clip is on the inside of the beam.
This is how you change the rear bushing on a CRV lower control arm. You don't. Ooh. Wouldn't it be funny if these were both the same side?
That would be hilarious.
Stick this in here. Which way am I supposed to turn this? Think I got it? Nope. Supposed to like push it further. All right, I guess we're gonna take this out again.
What'd you do first?
I put the bolt in.
This bolt for the front.
So that should be aligned, it should just slide right in. Sort of. Maybe not.
Oh god, no god.
Be it. Ugly, but yeah, that one's tight. So we just stick our pin back in, and it should just snap right into place once I pry on it a little. Like that. There. Oh, I get to use this time? Cool.
Why wasn't that there last time?
Wow.
Ta-da!
It's Evan's turn. Put it down for the last time. Wow, it's finally done. That actually took forever. Last thing is we got to do the AC, so hopefully this one is a little bit easier. So we got this little canister that we can put the coolant into before servicing the AC system. Yeah, see, that's pretty tight. So then we should just be able to open this up. And we'll show the slowly vacuuming our tank down. Well, it turns out our vacuum pump does not have the fitting we need, so we ended up just going to a shop and having them vacuum it for us.
Cash from the shops for the win.
So now we're just going to pull the front end off so we can reach the compressor easily. There we go.
Now we have the evaporator, the radiator, and the coolant bottle, which we'll be replacing. This will come up, and we will get down into the AC pump down there.
Does it come off? That's a yes.
Hold on, it's caught on. Yep, there
Yeah,
it
gotta get
goes.
off
The front bumper is off.
So before we actually get into that, let's test our coolant, make sure it's not leaking.
This is where we identify it for replacing the radiator right now.
Let's see.
Before we bother tearing everything else apart anyways, and then not doing a radiator.
Just have to figure out which one fits on this. It's gonna drip everywhere, but that's...
There we go.
Yeah, so it's like my car where it doesn't like to stay in place.
So we go up to what PSI?
16, which is the white square, very slowly because it's
I don't know if I'll be
easy
able
to
do it.
overshoot it. You gotta,
There we go.
there, that's close. And then we just hold it here.
Let's see if it goes.
Yeah, well, you'll see where it starts leaking if it's leaking.
Okay.
Which,
So-
I mean, I can see it dropping right now, very slowly, but it is.
Well, we're wondering if there's a leak throughout one of this radiator, if there's any hole, if it's leaking out the top, or a hose. Probably leaking out of a hose somewhere, so kind of hunt that down.
Well, the radiator was leaking, so let's pull it. Is it really this easy? We just take off 2 screws and then the radiator can come out. you go. Luckily it's not hot. Open like that. Can you try and pinch it further?
I think that's a bug, not a feature.
Yeah. Okay. That's out of the way. I'll just move that up here so it's clear. Oh, nothing came out. All right. Easy enough.
Cool.
I gotta unplug the fans. So they make that easy as well. Where's this one? There it is.
Why are there 2 fan plugs?
Well, because one of them is for the air conditioning.
Ah.
That's why it's larger. Okay, now it comes out. So weird looking at it.
You know, not that bad.
Okay,
Oh my god.
what is that? Was that inside the airbox?
I've lost this flashlight so long ago. I guess I might have done the air filter.
You gotta remove this clamp to get the upper radiator hose off. Yeah, and it's gonna dump coolant out.
Whoops.
Attempting to get it out. I don't know if it'll actually clear that part. Yeah. Pull this thing while we have access to it. There it is. And now this comes out.
Sweet. So I think we got room for getting this AC compressor out now.
Yeah, this is actually good because we got the coolant reservoir bottle, the radiator, and the AC compressor all
Can
in
you
one.
get the coolant reservoir bottle and show what the problem was?
Oh. Yeah, so it started dumping coolant out when we filled it. It turns out this got crushed and there's a hole right there, so it just starts pouring out if you fill it up all the way.
So it seems like there was some type of damage from once upon a time. One of my friends is like, I'll find that 10mm socket I dropped eventually when I posted the flashlight.
Oh yeah, you can hear that crack when it breaks free. Those are pretty tight. So we just unhook this and move it out of the way. Where exactly are we supposed to move this?
Just tuck it under this hose right here.
Like that? I don't think it really goes any further. So we apparently put one wrench on here.
14 on the tensioner.
And hold that in place so it doesn't slide. And we take our long one. We use it as a lever arm.
Is what? You got it?
Yeah, that actually is doing it. Wow, weird.
All of this. So we have the subframe loosened, and I'm prying down on the subframe to get from the clearance to get an impact socket up on the last bolt, which is the
Does not want to
compressor.
come off. Do that thing when you remove it finally. Oh, that was tight too. Why? It's gonna smash my finger, isn't it? Ooh.
Almost.
Yeah, my hand caught that one, but luckily it was that
Knuckle blusters.
round plastic. This is our new AC compressor. Let's see how this one looks. Should hopefully look like a... Okay, so they did refill it. We'll have to check on how much the system needs. So, because it may need more added, but we'll see. We can pull it out sort of easily. We just gotta take this line off since they apparently spliced it in instead of just putting a plug on.
Don't forget the plug. We look for the plug.
We have to just cut that. Where the wire goes.
Just one wire.
Yeah. Well, because it grounds to the body.
Oh. Okay, simple then.
Just you have to remove face up, otherwise it dumps all the oil out. Out comes the old compressor finally.
Seized. Very,
Yeah.
very seized. Very, very dead.
I don't know why they use a plastic plug. It's kind of weird.
We shall see. Watch there be no dryer in it either. I wonder if lack of oil on the last compressor swap is why it's seized.
I mean, that would make sense for why it's like completely stuck. Okay, so it does have a little filter in here, that's good.
Oh, that's disgusting. Is that all supposed to be white?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like broken. Which direction was it? I don't think it matters. Very cautiously shove that in there. Did I put it on top of there? No. It's down below. Move that out of the way. Just kind of wiggle that into place. And now that's on. There is 2. On it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, the belt's back on finally. It only took like 2 hours. Now we can put this back on finally. Yeah. That's pretty easy.
Yeah. Damn.
Is it really this easy? They just come out afterwards? Wow. I
Wow.
really should have just done that initially. Let's see what our new one looks like. Wouldn't it be funny if this was the wrong model?
Pressing AutoZone.
Aluminum radiator.
Oh, expanding foam pouches. These are cool.
Let me just slide this new one on. Or at least try to. Just gotta wiggle it that way, I guess. So this kind of just goes in there, I guess. And just put it out of the way. Gently put this one in. It's definitely easier without the things being in the way. Just gonna wrap this in. Put it on that hose. And hopefully now I should be able to just stick these in here. I just don't want to damage your new radiator.
I mean, that would suck anyways.
Yeah. I don't know why this has been so annoying.
The right size.
Yeah. Pull on this and it should release like that, I think.
Nope.
That's one. The other one is down here somewhere. Now that we spilled most of it on the ground, look, the reservoir cap unscrews normally. And the piece de resistance, brand new radiator cap.
Good as new.
After 30 hours and multiple days, we are finally done. Ignore the missing front end. Is that supposed to?
I don't know.
I mean, all we're doing is pulling the vacuum some more.
We have a vacuum.
We're at
a vacuum pump.
We're at 19 now. No, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, roughly 19 with the fresh vacuum pull.
Okay.
So
Hold on. Is it dropping?
yes, because something's losing pressure right now.
Yes. This. I think this valve is leaking.
Oh,
So,
damn.
out of all the things to break after we finished all that stuff, it just had to be this $5 valve that we didn't have the fitting for.
What tool did you use for that?
I don't know, a little fork thing that you stick in there and then you turn it really hard.
It's a universal AC service set for $5 from the auto parts store, but we needed the $17 Honda kit that didn't come with the wider valves we needed. But the Honda kit also didn't come with the turning tool, so you need both. So here we have vacuum pump running to evacuate the AC. No, the AC is evacuated to pull vacuum on the AC. Sorry, you got to evacuate it in the shop the right way, and we did not drain the atmosphere the wrong way because eco fashion wins. Ready? Pull it off.
And just like that, we have working air conditioning. Yay! Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ow!